Howdy, friends. Steve DePoe here with the Rose Realty team with this week's real estate vlog for North Texas. Before we get started, we ask you to go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Let's Do Real Estate Texas. There's no charge, but you will be alerted to updates and changes to our series Spotlight on Community, Focus on Small Business, and of course, our weekly real estate updates on North Texas. Thank you. Let's get started. Before we get started, an update. We had our first podcast last Monday, the 10th. It was at 8 a.m. Central Time, Dallas time. It was fairly well attended. I was actually impressed with the number of people who showed up. We got some really good questions. This coming Monday, the 17th, we're actually going to not hold the podcast. I'll actually be out of town, and then we're going to pick it up the following week, which I believe is the 24th, and we'll pick up that particular podcast for that, but following the previous week's vlog that week. So hope you can attend. This week, 6 kitchen layouts. Now, you may or may not know, may not recognize the fact that there's about 6 different layouts out there for kitchens, and some of them have to do with the how old the house is, how new the house is, and frankly how expensive the house is. So let's get right into it. So the one wall kitchen are usually cabinets, appliances, sinks, everything on one wall of the house. All the storage is on one wall of the house. Typically, it's the back wall, okay? This sort of limited storage, limited number of appliances, and the size of the appliances. And it's usually sort of like, let's call it the other end of the living room or the family room, right? So if you will kind of turn around and look your way out, you'd have the family room or the living room there. It's like sort of a smaller house usually. Fewer square footage house, and it's usually a little bit on the older side. Okay, but that's the one room kitchen. The galley kitchen, okay, has basically walls on 3 sides of the kitchen. You have storage, you have appliances, you have those types of things sort of facing each other. It's really efficient for the one cook kitchen, if you will. So there's going to be like a single cook doing all the work inside the kitchen, because there's not a lot of room to be moving around. However, you could get a lot of storage. You could get a lot of good appliances throughout the kitchen. The so-called triangle inside the kitchen. That's the distance between the oven, the stove, and the sink is minimal, at that point, and so it's kind of efficient for that single cook. Okay, the L-shaped, just as it says, is there's appliances and storage and cabinetry on 2 walls. It's kind of like shaped like an L. Right, it's an efficient design, and probably one of the L's, if you want, one of the sides that's open is probably leading to the outside, like sliding glass doors, those kinds of things, or the patio, or the deck, or maybe the pool, or that kind of thing. But the one wall that's the one longer wall is kind of facing the outside, so you get, number one, a good view of what's going on. You can watch the kids when they're playing outside, and it's also kind of the sliding glass doors leading to the outside of the patio. The U-shaped kitchen is more popular nowadays. It's like for bigger homes. Again, it utilizes sort of the U with in the middle of that U is going to be sort of a table, chairs, dining area, that kind of thing. You're going to have cabinetry and appliances on those 3 walls that kind of form the U, and therefore you're going to get a lot of cabinet space, a lot of really good appliances. That I don't want to call it an island. That area in the middle, usually doesn't have any functionality, which means it usually doesn't have the stove or a sink or anything like that. It's just sort of a counter. It could be your breakfast table, or it could be kind of a built-in kind of nook. Not the nook is a bad word. A built-in area, and there could be some storage under that area. But it's very efficient, very effective, and in newer houses as well. The island kitchen, again, so it's a lot like the U-shaped, okay, except that island in the middle is going to utilize some of that space we're going to utilize for a sink, or potentially a cooktop in that sink there. There's going to be chairs on one side so that it could be act as sort of a kitchen dining table sort of area, breakfast bar kind of thing. And then the other side, like sort of behind the chairs in this particular picture, would lead out into the rest of the house, into the family room, and the living room, a great room, that kind of thing. And then finally, the Peninsula kitchen. So what this is if you can imagine sort of the galley kitchen, or even the or potentially even the U-shaped kitchen, where on one end there's going to be a protrusion coming out of the wall that's got a combination of seating space in it. So it could be your kitchen table, or it's going to have cabinetry in that peninsula kind of sticking out of the wall. And on the other side of that wall is going to be your family room, your living room, that kind of thing. That's it's indicative of newer homes and kind of like medium priced. Well, that's our kitchen styles or kitchen shapes, if you will. Next week, our topic is going to be common staging mistakes. Great topic, especially for anybody who's potentially thinking about selling their home on their own. Common staging mistakes. This is Steve DePoe with the Rose Realty team. I'm going to bounce.